So here we have the underarm. So here we have the underarm of the sweater. It looks kind of gray without the color on the camera. Anyway, here we have the underarm of the sweater. Underarm stitches. I still have them on a string. I haven't put the rest on a holder, but the top stitches are on a holder. So once you are ready to pick up your stitches under the sleeve, you're going to be looking at, let me see if I can bring this in nice and clear for you. No, it wants to view in the background. All right, there we go. So once you want to pick up stitches for your sleeves, you'll see that there's these little arrows here on each stitch. What you want to do is choose either the right side of the arrow or the left side of the arrow, not both sides of the arrow. So I'm going to choose the right side of the arrow, and I'm going to put my needle in. Now, do not choose the very edge of your stitches. If you pick up a stitch on the very edge, you're going to get this big loop and you're going to get holes in your work. You see? You see that? So what I want to do is choose at least one row in, one row down. If you're nervous at all, you can choose 2 rows down. It makes the seam a bit thicker underneath the arm, but at least you're guaranteed, if you don't really know which stitch you're choosing, to have the right stitch. But look, I'm not on the edge. I'm not choosing the edge stitch. I'm going 1 row down. I'm choosing the right stitch of my work. Now I'm going to grab my yarn. And I'm going to loop it around the needle and pull it through. And there's 1 stitch picked up. Now I'm on the right side of this. Oops, I dropped my stitch. I'll pick it back up again. This is how the professionals do it, people. All right, so I've got 1 stitch on my needle. Now, I'm going to want to choose the next right side of this. So this is the one I just did. And you're going to choose the right side of this, the stitch. And I'm going to put my needle in and knit and pull that through. I got 2 stitches on my needle. I'm going to look for the right side of my next stitch. Make sure you're not skipping up a row or going down a row. You're going to want to try and stay on the same row as you've been doing from the get-go. Not a big deal if you go down a row accidentally, but a big deal if you go up a row and you end up having a hole. All right, and now this one looks a little complicated. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. That's actually the top of it. This is the row that I'm doing. I'm going to grab that stitch on the right and knit. I'll do 1 more so you can see it now. Careful, this is the ladder in between. This is my row of stitches here. If the camera will focus, there's my row of stitches. And there we go, very high tech here. All right, so there's how you pick up your stitches for the underarm. Just continue for as many as you need to do, and then you'll pick up your the rest of your sleeve, and you'll be able to work in the round going down on your sleeve. Hope this was helpful.